That was another fun Strongman Saturday. Did some of the events up with Evan Hansman and Shaun Reid up at Scotts Valley, Core Strength RX. We started off with farmers. We got at San Jose Fit Expo, we have farmers walk for max distance, which I think mine's like 240 hands. So we pretty much did about 70-ish% for all of us. So this is 170. And as you can see, I totally forgot how to turn with farmers. I haven't done them forever. Oh yeah, that was fun. Basically, I took the turn way too wide. That was like a warm-up set. And here's Evan with, I believe, 240 a hand. Some nice power bear spandex action. Yeah, it's 240 a hand. His weight's like 300 a hand at the show. So again, that's about 70%. Just trying to go. We put the turns at like 35, 40 feet. So shortening the course to really work on the turn, since that's the hard part. And you can look at how good and controlled. You can see he's using his lats to support the weight. And he has a really good grip. He's certified on the number 3 Captain of Crush gripper. And he just kind of keeps on going. It really pisses, it's frustrating. But watch how controlled this turn is. Very, smooth. And then you power. As it starts to straighten out, you power it through. And it's a lot of wrist strength. Yeah, it's just brutal. But yeah, definitely should be a good event in San Jose for Evan. I don't even know how many laps it is. Here's a second run. I think going too fast is almost a detriment. You can see here I try to take the turn more control, and you see I power and walk into it, so it didn't go as bad. And then here I completely stopped because I didn't really put a marker down as to where I was going to turn, so that kind of screwed me up. I'm trying to tilt the handles into each other, but yeah, you can see that turns slightly better, and just out of practice. I haven't really done them ever. Here's Shaun with 240 hand. So you tilt the inside handle into the outside really well. It has good control of the farmers. He's kind of pinching them together in the front, interlocking them a bit. Just lost control of the outside one on that. And just really trying to work on holding stuff for a long time to work my grip with about like 130 a hand right here, or whatever. It's not very heavy. So working on tightening up the turn, trying to control the weight with my wrist and my lats. You can see my wrists are bent, and I'm tilting the handles into each other on the turn, accelerating through. Because I found, people always ask what's the best way to train farmer's walk, or grip in the farmer's walk. Use it at Captain's Crush. It's just, hold on to shit for a long time will get you good at holding on to shit. So just lighten it up and just try to do it for, a lot of time under tension holding something. I can tell you it sucked even if it wasn't heavy. Even 2 days later now, my upper back's completely trashed. You can also see how fat I am right now, so I'm working on that. Get back down to 175. And there's Evan's second run with 240 a hand. See how tight that turn is. He kind of goes, instead of making like a jarring action with his steps, it's just like a smooth circle. Where I think the thing I'm doing is I'm turning and then making, it's not like a nice even loop. Yeah, he just kind of goes forever. You can see again, holding the weight with his lats. Tons of wrist control. Evan also grips back on the farmer's walk, but I find with max distance it doesn't work as well for me because it's putting more stress on the, my front fingers. And I don't have the grip strength or, you know, the hand size that Evan does. And now I started working on some log. This is 275 log for Shaun. They have 300, I think, at the show. I sat on this as I'm going to train log separately this week. Here's Evan with, I believe, 275. It's kind of, you know, the log's like 225 empty, so just getting a nice feel in the warm-up sets. Getting comfortable with the weight on your chest is important. Another set of Shaun with 275 a hand. And using the, you know, one motion, real smooth from the lap straight into the press. Elbows high in the clean. You see that one looked a lot better than even the first one. Should be 305. Unless he got a little low. Or this might be 295. I'm not sure. It was a little low on the clean. Lifting it off of the spotters stands to save the low back for everything else. Yeah, this is 305. Actually, yeah. Should be a really good event in San Jose for Shaun. 3 easy reps above contest weight. And this is the empty log, just 225. Max rep 60 seconds. I think Evan ended up getting 11. He's got a good pace. He's working on the conditioning, and really you got to focus on when you breathe and make it like a rhythmic process. So basically it's, you know, breath, sit down, another breath, exhale at the top breath, you know, and just making it so it just seems it's very rhythmic and you're doing a repetitive motion instead of being all over the place is important when going for max reps. Freaking brutal work. You can see as he gets tired, he starts to not sit down quite as much, and see, like there, he's starting to clean with the log more on his belt than on his upper belly, because that's what fatigue does. Shaun, max reps in 60 seconds. And that's why we had him do it, because he's not too sure on, you know, he's obviously a very strong presser, but you know, he's aiming for like 10 or so at the show, so you have to work on how to lower the log, when to breathe. All that stuff's very important, and you know, can make the difference between a rep or two easily at the show, which can be big points, because the press isn't going to be a problem for him. It's just, you know, the conditioning and being smooth and not wasting energy. That's the main thing when doing drills like this, is just you work on how to be smooth in all your transitions in every spot so you don't waste energy. Moved on to some yokes. Again, about 70%, so I think it's like 420 for me with a 600 yoke to show. I feel a little tight in my hips. I'm trying to stay tight in my upper back, and I believe Shaun and Evan did 560. Shaun's yoke's looking a lot better. Evan was working on it, really accelerating out of the gate, getting a fast start, kind of leaning into the yoke, accelerating forward. what we noticed is, see, he has like a little side step halfway through, which kind of makes it bobble, and the strides at the first takeoff are a little long, again, very fast. I've been working on putting my hands lower and lower on the crossbar. I'm not controlling that swing as good as I'd like, but lowering my hands and still keeping a tight upper back has helped. Another smooth run at 560. I think this is the second or third run for Shaun. And you see the side step right there. So he kind of goes to the side. But other than that, good runs. The lighter yoke for speed. Alright, on this one, I feel like I'm starting to move faster. I still move with way too much knee bend versus hip. But whatever, and then I decided to take it back. This is going to be my last run of the day. This was my third run, so I took it back, got set up pretty quick back under it, and wasn't slowing down. I'm trying to drive equally through my hips and not get too out of control, and then just drag the sled that I know someone else was already using back, just to try to be a little less fat, or just do something different that day. Problem was the sled was so light I couldn't really lean against it, so I was just saying that this sucks because my quads are really burnt by this point. Last run of the day for Shaun. And you can see it's a little fatigued by this point, but yeah, you did see that side step again where his feet kind of cross. But all in all, good day of training.